today's video, I want to talk to you about the subject of employee retention, or actually employee recognition, which is a subset of employee retention. Now, I've seen hundreds and hundreds of retention programs over the years. Some of them have been pretty good. Most of them have been pretty bad. So I just want to spend a few minutes with you and talk about the retention program that I used to use in my food service and vending company. Back in those days, we had 90 people in the company, and we would do 4 quarterly all-employee meetings. We did it in the different branches, so each meeting would have about 20 to 25 people. Now, during this meeting, I would give an update on the company, what was going on, the normal stuff that you would expect in an employee update meeting, but it was also a recognition meeting. And we did 3 things at the recognition meeting. I would recognize anybody who had a work anniversary during the last quarter, and what they would get is they would get $10 in cash for every year they've been with us. We had pins made up that had different stones in them based on how many years they had. So you got a pin at 1 year, and you got a pin at 2 years, you got a pin at 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and 20 years. And all our people weren't required to wear the pins, but it was really interesting that everybody who got a pin always wore it. And they wore it as part of their uniform or part of the clothes that they brought to school. The third thing they got was they got a certificate, which basically said, thanks for the work you've been doing. This is to let you know that you've been here for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever year it was. And I would sign that, and it would say in recognition of the work that you've done. And the fourth thing I did, which was actually the really important thing, was that during the meeting, I would say something nice, something important, something impactful about what the person had brought to the party, what they had brought to the company during the time period over the last year. Now, for me, that was the most important part. Usually, trying to figure out something good somebody did was easy. I'd have lots of things to choose from that they did over the years. But occasionally, it happened every once in a while, I'd be sitting down, I'd be scratching my head, I'd be wondering, what did this person really do that was worthwhile? And every once in a while, I couldn't think of something that was worthwhile for me to talk about. And I would always make something up because I certainly didn't want to embarrass them. But what I did do was I put a note in the back of my mind that this person probably wasn't a good fit for somebody in our company. Now, you would probably think that in a blue-collar business like the vending business, that this would be something people were embarrassed by. Now, I originally thought that too. I tried it as an experiment. I had no idea whether it was going to work. But here's what I learned. I saw people who put their certificates, and this happened almost universally. The mechanics had them in their cages. The route drivers had them in their cages. The office workers would have their certificate posted in their workspaces. It was almost universal that people did that. I didn't recommend it. I didn't suggest it. They did it on their own. Now, here's what I learned from that. We as business owners get lots and lots and lots of recognition. Our employees have almost never gotten any. And in many cases, this public recognition is the first time anybody has ever said anything about them in public that was positive. How do you think that made them feel? How do you think that made them think about the company? So my question to you is, what are you doing with your employees to show them how valued they are and how important they are in the success of your company? Hey, this is Josh Patrick. I'm the founder here at The Sustainable Business. Why don't you leave a comment below? And even better yet, I have a special report, special ebook I've written. It's easy to get. Click on the button below. It's about how to hire the right person every time. So thanks a lot for stopping by. I hope to see you back here really soon.